His time has finally come. After all the ducking and rescheduling Usman has done to avoid Burns, he's finally arrived at his front door. There's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. That man is going to be bagged and sold live on TV, stiff as a board, dead and done. Burns by murder inside 3.
We are gathered here today to talk about UFC 258, and that is Marty Fake Newsman versus Gilbert Burns. And for this particular bout, I'm gonna go with Marty Fake Newsman.
It's a great matchup. Former teammates, both know each other's strengths and weaknesses. That being said, I think Gilbert is a nightmare matchup for Usman. Gilbert is well-rounded, he can strike, he can grapple, and he most definitely can submit Usman. At some point, the fight will go to the ground, and it's there where I think Gilbert will find the submission and win the fight.
Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. This is going to be a banger of a fight. These guys are former teammates. They've trained together for the last 6 years or so. Burns is definitely a formidable opponent. He's well-rounded, he's got quick hands, and he's definitely going to be a threat to Kamaru. This is going to be Kamaru's biggest test in my opinion, but I just think Kamaru's dominant wrestling is going to cancel out Burns' sick BJJ. I'm going to go with Kamaru by decision.
Burns is going to be leaving the octagon in a nice golden championship belt wrapped around his waist, and Kamaru Usman is going to be leaving in a casket. Shame on anybody who picked Usman for this fight, especially you, Winter.
Okay, so I hate to say this because I love Gilbert, but I think Kamaru's going to stomp him. Gilbert's recent wins haven't given me a lot of faith in him. The Tyrone Woodley fight, I really thought he should have finished. The Damian Maia fight was basically tailor-made to make him look good. Kamaru, I think the clinch game he showed against Masvidal, the somewhat stiff but decent striking he showed at Covington, and just the absolute shutout of Tyrone Woodley, I think you're going to see a Kamaru win.
Man, this is hard to call, honestly. Obviously, Usman has the wrestling threat, has been a dominant force so far, the welterweight champ. And then you got Burns, who I think has the style to cause the upset. He's got the submission threat, nasty jiu-jitsu, great striking overall. And then they've been training partners at some point, so I think Burns knows something we don't, so I'm picking Burns. By either submission, probably also decision, who knows? We'll find out.
I'm all in on Kamaru Usman here. He's got the greater resume of the two. He's been able to knock out the likes of Colby Covington in one of the best matches of 2019, I think. If they exchange in the center, I can see this playing a lot like that fight. I think Kamaru Usman's the one with more stock in his punches. He's been able to hold his own against Jorge Masvidal, and I'm not sure Gilbert Burns can hold Kamaru off the cage, so I've got Kamaru in 5.
It's an extremely close fight, but I got Gilbert Burns because with his elite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he shuts down Usman's strongest weapon, which is his wrestling. And I think it's going to allow him to be more liberal with his pressure and his kicks and knees without fearing for the takedown.
Greetings, nerds and virgins of the MMA Discord. UFC 258 main event. We got Marty Fake Newsman versus Gilbert Burns, and we all know the only reason this fight's happening is because Marty is gonna foot stomp his way to another boring 25-minute decision, and he's still gonna be the pound-for-pound #1 worst hairline in the history of this company, and he's still gonna be too scared to fight a real champion, Colby Covington.
Everyone who says Gilbert's going to win this seems to think it's because after the hundreds of hours of sparring and training together, Burns knows the strengths and weaknesses of Kamaru relative to his own, where he has advantages and where he doesn't, how to avoid bad positions, and blah blah blah. When really it's no secret, all he has to do is blast Usman's glass knees to the point he's permanently disabled. Gilbert by 3rd round stoppage.
What's going on, everybody? I've got Kamaru Usman, aka the Nigerian Nightmare, aka the Problem, grinding out a fucking 5-round decision against this guy, making him look embarrassing like he does with everybody else.
2020 was the year of champions defending their belts, so I'm predicting that 2021 will be the year of upsets. Last card, Conor got knocked the fuck out, and I did not predict that at all. So this card, I am predicting that Usman gets beat by Burns because Usman is too busy singing songs on his Talkie app. So Burns may and will probably, mostly probably, knock him out.
So UFC 258, welterweight title bout between Usman and Burns. You're going to see the champion Usman. He'll prove he's the undisputed champion. He's a striker. Using his 13cm reach to his advantage, he'll smash Burns all over the place. He's been working on his grappling defence, and Burns, the #1 contender, is an angry little man, ex-teammate. COVID's not going to save you this time, pal. Usman in a round 3 stoppage.
Gilbert Torino Burns is going to put an end to Marty Fake's Usman fake tactics. No more foot stomping. He's going to save the welterweight division and make it great again. Then he's going to stomp the head of the rat lip ducking Khamzat Chimaev and be held as the new welterweight GOAT for approximately 10-20 years.
Usman's going to have a harder time getting Burns to the cage than he did Masvidal, but that just opens Burns up to getting stuck under Usman's takedowns, which Masvidal was using the cage to get up from. Sure, Burns is good BJJ, but I think Usman's control is better. Usman, 50-45 decision.
What's up, everybody? It's SKWANCH, future top lab champ, coming at you with a public service announcement. If you guys want me to tell you who's winning this fight, go ahead and make those bets for Burns. If you want me to tell you how he's gonna win, go ahead and suck your mother. Burns wins.
So, in this much anticipated fight between Marty Fake Newsman and Gilbert Burns, I choose to skip this card, have a full night of sleep, and when I wake up tomorrow and check the replay, I definitely hope that Kamaru would win, because I want Chimaev to take the belt specifically from him.